Hi, it's Mark from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here with Alex Wardle of ColorWorks and Tom's Custom Autobody in Coquitlam. How you doing, Alex?
Fantastic. How you doing this morning, Mark?
Good. So Tom's, I guess you had a little bit of you have a steady stream of cars that you guys have repaired, but you do some pretty tough stuff. So I know Mercedes have some unique kind of cars these days. And we're going to talk about a trunk replacement on a 2013 Mercedes. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about replacing the trunk on a 2013 Mercedes G63 AMG Coupe. So originally this car was probably about $150,000, $165,000, depending on how it was optioned. And we just happen to have one in the shop right now, which had a little bit of a rear ender. So we're replacing the trunk on it. And, you know, there's a couple things to look at. I'll just pull up a couple of shots here of it so we can go through it. So what we got here, first off, is we'll just switch over here to this photo. What we've got here, first off, is we've actually got the Mercedes kind of into our paint department right now, and we have put the new OEM trunk on it. And a couple things my body technicians always check before it goes to paint, before it even gets close to looking like new, is we check the gaps in the corners by the taillights, as you can see where I've got it circled, and then up against the rear glass. So we want to make sure that the gaps are right and the trunk is sitting exactly where we want it before we put any paint on this car. So that's one of the major things we check. Of course, we're generally using, with Mercedes Benz, we're generally using OEM parts, which is really nice because the fit and finish is as new. As we switch over here, again, as we look down the driver's side of the car, we're checking that the lines on the rear trunk match the lines on the quarter of the car, because once it's painted, once it's set in place, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to adjust. And then as we look down the side of the car, you can see that the trunk is going to get a new pearl white finish, and on both quarters, right and left, we're going to be blending through both quarters on the color. And then as we move over to the side of the car, some of the things that make us a little bit different is we remove all of the belt moldings on the side of the car, and such that, so you can see I put a mark there on the rear quarter glass where the belt moldings have been taken off all the way around the sail panel. And that allows us to get a really, really good coating of clear on there. And it also just allows for a much better finish. So what will happen now that this belt molding is off the car is we will now clean it, get it ready to go, such that when it goes into the paint booth, that both sides of the car will get a fresh new coat of pearl paint. And our job is, of course, is to make this car come back to kind of pre-loss condition. So that's kind of,
so pre-loss condition. When you mention that, that's basically, to translate it for, you know, a dumb guy like me, is like it was before it got hit, basically.
That's right. Our mandate with our insurance partners is to make sure that when you walk in the door to pick up your car at the end, that it should be look as new. So, you know, obviously the newer and nicer the car when it comes in, the more likelihood it's going to look like new when it goes out. But so on a 2013 car, it's probably very little damage on it. That obviously is different if you've got a 1997 Pathfinder. It's got a little bit of wear and tear. But the newer the car, you know, the mandate is that when it comes in, if you've been in an accident, it comes in and goes out, it looks as new when it goes back out.
So if you're in Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam, New Westminster, North Burnaby, South Burnaby, these are the guys to see. Tom's Custom Autobody. They're located at 1830 Kingsway in Port Coquitlam. You can call to book at 604-931-3441. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks very much. Have a great day.